What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well as always. And we finally have some news around the upcoming update due out in August that I'm sure by now 100% of y'all are all well aware of. But before we get into that, I kind of wanted to pause for a minute. And this is the most important part about the video, and give a huge shout out to my current subscribers. We finally reached 100. And I know that's a small, teeny tiny number in the big scheme of things, and I have a long, long way to go. But I do want you guys to know that I'm thankful, appreciative, grateful for all the continued support. So thank you very much for that. And now that I'm bringing Brawl Stars content to the channel, hopefully it will continue to grow. So if you're not currently subscribed, please consider doing so. I'll also be on vacation starting tomorrow. So I'll have 3 videos, including this one, up today. Tonight, that is, and won't be able to post until Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So just please bear with me during that lapse of time. But I'll be right back at it, multiple daily uploads when I return. But yeah, Clan Wars 2.0. I'm not going to get too much into Clan Wars itself, but I'll just tell you quickly what I am excited to see. The first thing that I'm super stoked to see is that they're going to remove collections. That was probably the worst part about the game. It was such a chore. But yeah, I still think that ultimately, and you know, this is not only me saying this. You know, I just read a lot of the comments on CWA and Clash with Shane's channel as far as what the community is saying and thinking, and there's a lot of disappointment. You know, and it just kind of goes into what I said in my Let's Talk video. So it's nice to kind of see that a lot of what I was sharing in that video is what the majority of the community is feeling and thinking. So, but Clan Wars 2.0 is just going to be short-lived, you know, and everyone was probably expecting it. You know, I would say that they were expecting it, and probably it's a letdown based on the fact that even before the update came out, we already knew the update, right? So it's already old. I mean, think about it from that perspective. But anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and segue into, again, what I stand behind and what I think ultimately this game needs. So before I get to that, I'm going to ask you guys a question. And the question is simply this. When you want to assess a player, what do? You do one of two things. You either go to Royale API or you go to their player profile, right? You scroll down and you check their badges, their personal best, all of those kinds of things, correct? You know, challenge finishes, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we need to do. We need to bring more ways to allow everyone. See, that's my key. That was my key in my last video. That's the key in this video. Everyone needs to feel relevant in this game. That's what they need. Clan Wars is a necessary element to the game that has to be added, but it's not what is ultimately needed to keep people feeling engaged and like they're progressing, right? This game is about prestige. It's about profile. I don't care what anyone else says. And it cannot only be about pros and CRL and esports. That's the problem. I understand the business side of things, but everyone, free to play or pay to win, I don't care. Everyone needs to feel relevant in this game. Finding ways for players, all players, to boost their profile, whether it's a 2v2 ladder system, more badges, tiered badges, color code the badges, I don't care. Do something that allows players to beef up their profile. That's what it comes down to, and that's the kind of game this is. This isn't Mario Maker on the Wii U, right? Think about any other game you might play. If you're a Call of Duty fan or anything like that, you know, it's about ranking up. It's about your profile. That's what you invest in this thing, right? So I'm just going to leave it with that. I don't know how else I can emphasize that, and I think that's why I ramble, because I just want you all to understand what I'm trying to say here, and I just feel like that is what we are missing. It is so much about pros, and it just cannot always be about that. So I'm just gonna end it there, you know, at least for what I think from an update perspective. So I'm gonna add something else at the tail end of this video. So if you guys want to go ahead and exit at this point, I understand. But I've been having some other conversations with I'm not going to say who, you know, other content creators and things like that. And there's something else I just kind of want to state, you know, and that is the comparing of the game from day one, so to speak, to where it is now. I think that does have its place if you want to talk about seeing the same old decks and things, but I'm sorry, there's so much of that is just irrelevant, right? Like I've heard in the past of people saying, remember we used to get 4 cards and this and that, you know, I miss those days. I wish they could do that now. We can't do that now. First off, we can't even balance all the cards we have now. That's one of the problems. So adding a bunch more isn't going to help. And the other thing is there was a lot of cards back then, right? So how is it that we can continue that trend of adding 4 cards each update, whatever, each season or whatever? We'd have like 1 million cards in the game, and that just wouldn't be good for it. So just overall, like, the game is what it is. My point is the game is what it is today. You know, whether, you know, you want to see some of those old things or you miss it, it really is pointless at this point. We can use it as a platform to compare, but there was always a competitive aspect to this game, no matter what. I don't care what anyone says. And if you're winning in this game, you feel good. If you're losing, you don't. It's that simple. It makes for a great day when you don't tilt. It's that, and, you know, and then like I just stand by the fact that it can't be about pros. And as long as pros are putting content out there on meta decks, as long as they're live streaming it, etc., it's never going to go away. That's why I stand behind that. So anyways, I'm going to end it there and hope you guys enjoyed and understand at least where I'm coming from. It's all about the player profile. Thank you again. Huge shout out to all my subs. Hopefully we can continue to grow together. And until the next video, which will probably be Brawl Stars later tonight, and then I'll be doing a lot of pushing video as well. Hope you guys have a good one, and peace out.